You can call me Mystic Mike because I predict these things.
Nasrat Haqparast takes on Esteban Ribovics at UFC Fight Night, Las Vegas, back in the Apex. And this is a good fight between these lightweights. Nasrat Haqparast been in the UFC for a while now. He's been in there since like 2017, so like 7 years he's been in the UFC, and he's only 29, so been there since a very young age. 29 years old now, 5'10", 72-inch reach, and fights out of TriStar Gym, led by Faraz Zahabi. So it's a really good gym that he's fighting out of. Esteban Ribovics, 28. He's 5'10" with a 69-inch reach, so he's gonna have a 3-inch reach disadvantage in this fight. He's 14-1, coming off of a 3-fight winning streak. Last fight, Daniel Zellhuber won that one by split decision. Really good fight against the taller, rangier guy, showing that he can get in close and land his punches. Had a really good third round where he got hurt initially, but then came back and was just kind of beaten on Zellhuber that last round. Before that, had a highlight reel knockout over Terrence McKinney. Threw the left jab out, hit him with the head kick, the right kick to put him out cold within the first 37 seconds. Before that, Kamwela Kirk decision. And then before that, his UFC debut lost to Loik Radzhabov by unanimous decision. Radzhabov's just an absolute tank of a guy, so I'll let that loss slide for Esteban Ribovics. Nasrat Haqparast, like I said, he's been in the UFC for a while now, has some good wins. It seems like whenever he takes a step up in competition, he's losing. Like Drew Dober, he got TKO'd. Dan Hooker, he lost. Bobby Green, he lost. But on a 4-fight winning streak right now against John Makdessi, Landon Quinones, Jamie Malarkey, and Jared Gordon. So a lot of momentum on his side. The same with Esteban Ribovics. I do have to go with Ribovics in this one. I just think that they're both very good strikers. Nasrat Haqparast, southpaw, puts a lot of volume out there. I do think the power advantage goes to Ribovics, though. Just seeing the way that he hurt Zellhuber, put out Terrence McKinney. I just think he's got more finishing potential on the feet. And I say that like Haqparast, he has finishes. He finished Jamie Malarkey, but Jamie Malarkey's shown to be a little bit chinny in the past. It just seems like he's beating guys that are kind of middle of the road, decent guys in the UFC, but then he's losing the guys that are maybe a small step up in competition. And I feel like Ribovics is more than just a small step up in competition. I feel like he's got a bright future in the lightweight division. I think he's very technical on the feet, very good boxing, very good kicks that we've seen. He mixes it up very well, has good takedown defense. I just think he's got a little bit more sting on his punches, and I think he's going to be winning these engagements with Nasrat Haqparast. Haqparast, his last fight against Jared Gordon, he did show that he was getting tired in that fight. Won it by split decision, but you could argue that he lost that fight. Jared Gordon was just pushing a very high pace coming forward, and it was really wearing on Haqparast and kind of eating away at his gas tank. And I feel like that's the way that Ribovics is going to approach this fight. He's going to be pushing forward, throwing a lot of volume, looking to take your head off. And if he's not landing, he's at least going to be making Haqparast work. Haqparast does, like I said, he's on 4-fight winning streak, but split decision over Jared Gordon that you could argue he lost. Beat Jamie Malarkey, who hasn't looked the best as of late. Went to a decision with Landon Quinones, and if you saw him on The Ultimate Fighter, you would see how unimpressive that win is. And then beat an 18-7 John Makdessi, old man John Makdessi. So I think if you put Ribovics against any 4 of those last wins, he stunts on those guys and puts them out. And that's why I've got to go with Ribovics. He's just the young up-and-comer. Sky's the limit for this guy. I think he's definitely fought the better competition in Zellhuber, Terrence McKinney, Loik Radzhabov. Decent guys on the local scene, but again, I think he's from like Argentina, so there's not going to be tons of high-level guys there. But I just think that Ribovics carries more power, and I think he's going to get this one done. I don't know if he'll necessarily put Nasrat Haqparast to sleep or away on the feet, because he is very tough. I don't know if he's ever been finished. Oh, he got finished by Drew Dober, but that's Drew Dober. But other than that, usually just losing by decision. But I wouldn't be surprised if Haqparast could just do enough to win a couple rounds, but I really do think that Ribovics wins at least 2, if not 3 of the rounds to win this by decision. Haqparast, I believe he's the underdog here. plus 215. Ribovics is minus 265. So odds makers have seen it the same way, but I'm gonna go with Ribovics in this one. Doesn't have as much UFC experience as Nasrat Haqparast, but definitely has the higher career trajectory, in my opinion. I think he's definitely good enough to beat somebody like Nasrat Haqparast. So I'm gonna go with Ribovics by decision. Thanks, guys.